Good morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, we're going over to Asheville to the record show. Going to meet Mr. Stickermania. I'm going to get a picture of me with Mr. Stickermania. And stay tuned. We're going to have a fun show today. I'm going to take you over there and we're going to go live over there. Well, we're not going to go live, but I'm going to take some video. I'm going to take some video and then I'm going to show you all good people later on this afternoon. So take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Not even thinking about the computer now. So that'll be my logo for now.
It's a great poster.
Yeah, the original picture was this woman holding an automobile, a Model T,
Yeah.
with the Earth, holding it over the Earth like this is the greatest invention of all time.
Yeah. And I'm lucky enough to see today. There he is.
Mr. Stickermania in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, over here on the other side of the mountain.
Yep.
Came over here to see
Nice
the
to-
North Carolina Vinyl Picker.
Nice to meet you there, Arthur.
Nice to meet you. This will be on the show.
All right.
I'll put that on the show. So, good luck to you. I will check out your show on Wednesday.
Okay, with
Evening.
Mikey Arugula and Uncle Paul.
That's right. Good Sunday morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, we're going to take a trip over to Asheville, as you saw in the beginning of the episode. And we had a meet up there with somebody that's really, really special. I watch him all the time. He's on twice a week. He's on Wednesday and Sunday, I think. Wednesday and Saturday. Almost the same time as the Picker's on. That's right. Almost the same days. And then he had his friend with him, and his friend is with Kevin's Records. Kevin's Records, you can check him out and go on his site. You can find some fantastic records. And I'm going to show you a couple that I picked up from Kevin today while I was there. And I'm going to leave the other cards here for a second, and you're going to see here in just a second the person that I had a meet up with today over in Asheville. So here's what I picked up while I was there. And at the end, I'm going to go ahead and show you what came in the mail. And that's going to be it. That's going to be the show. That's the show for today. Pat Metheny. I found some CDs over there. Yeah, no. I'm back buying CDs again. But I got Still Life Talking. These CDs were 3 for $10. But I've never seen this CD with the jacket, with the diaper. I don't know what you want to call it. It's something that goes around the outside. And it's just cool. And it was minty fresh. And I'll just replace my other one. I'll put my other one in a store and somebody will probably buy it. Oh, speaking of my store, I need to get some cards. Like this, like Kevin's cards. I need to get some like these. Old school cards. I can pass them out. I had about 5 people today say, hey, aren't you, I know who you are. Oh, I've seen you before. What's your name? And they're thinking, and I said, North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Oh, yeah, that's who you are. You're the North Carolina Vinyl Picker. I said, yep, that's me. You got any cards? No, I don't have a card. I don't have a business card. Well, there you go. See, I need to get business cards. I need to ask the person that I met today, who I'm not going to disclose, how to find those cards, because I know he gets them. He's got one with another guy that I watch in the VC. Anywho, like Dan says. Pat Metheny with Christian McBride and Antonio Sanchez, Tokyo Day Trip Live EP. That was great to find. I love me some Pat Metheny. I didn't have this one. There you go. And they're going to round it out with 3 Pat Methenys. 3 Pat Methenys for $10. You can't beat that. How about Jim Hall and Pat Metheny? That's right. I did not have this one either. So I'll get a look. Got some good listening. Got some good listening to do with those. The next thing here I found was on the way out. I was all done for the day. My stomach was grumbling. I needed to get something to eat. And I ran across this album here. You know I love me some Clannad. I have this on VHS, and it's in the store to sell, because I can't watch VHS. I don't have a VHS player. Well, I got one out in the garage, but I don't plan on using it today. And I have this on CD, but I didn't have it on vinyl. I've never even seen this one on vinyl. And it's Past Present by Clannad, and it's a best of, basically. But what's cool about it is this was on the front of the record, right? Just like this. And it was in a plastic bag, and it was like this, and it had a price tag on here. It's a cutout too. I was glad to get it. I've never seen it. I'm all in on Clannad, one of my top 10 new age bands, which I'm going to be doing a show next week on that, just on that topic alone. Top 10 new age band. No, nobody steal my show. That's right. No one steals my show. Hopefully, no one will take it. And I got another one lined up for the week after. I got all these things. You start driving. I drove all the way over to Asheville today, about an hour. And I start thinking about all these different shows I want to do. And I have nowhere to write them down while I'm driving. Because in North Carolina now, if you get caught with your phone, they're going to give you a ticket. That's right. You can't even pick it up. Can't do nothing with it. Got to leave it on the seat somewhere. You can't touch it. No touchy. No touchy. Okay. I got this one here. Yes, I got this one here. Where did I get this one? Kevin's Records. Right. Kevin's Records. I got this one here at Kevin's Records. He had this one there. And I got it for a bargain. This album here goes for money. And this one here's got the hype sticker on there. Big Love with Lindsey Buckingham. You know all the usual suspects that are on this album. You know them all. And this is an OG right here. OG, crystal clean. Clean as a whistle. Right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the whistle. Right, there you go. Clean, clean, clean. Real clean. Big Love. What I also found there, it's gonna blow you away. Gonna blow you away. The American Metaphysical Circus, Joe Bird and the Field Hippies. I found this there. You don't see this album every day. You don't see this album every day, and you don't see it for the price that I got it for every day either, let me tell you. He had $15 on it. Who had $15? Kevin's Records had it for $15. Which is a great price, and I want to thank Kevin very much for this. And I'm going to show you what the record looks like. It's minty fresh. I know somebody who patented that, just saying right there. Minty fresh. GW, JB, JB vinyl. Metaphysical. Yes. So anyway, he said I could have it for $10. I had a $15 stick. I figure I'm going to turn it over. It's going to say $50 or something. Because I paid up for this one time a couple years ago down in Hickory. At a record store down there. And I thought I had a bargain at what I paid for it. But it had some scratches on it and stuff. A little bit hairline scratches, some smudges and stuff. That was before I got the Humming Guru. So, I'm going to put that one in my store and see if somebody wants it, Put a good price on it. But I paid $10 for this. Where are you going to find another copy of the American Metaphysical Circus for $10? Not going to do it. Not going to happen. Not going to that. Okay, so this is what I got in the mail. What I got in the mail this week, it wasn't from Kevin's Records. It wasn't from Kevin's Records. And, but I might be buying some from Kevin's Records. This is what came in the mail. Michael Urbanic, Fusion 3. This is going to be an ass burner. That's right. This is going to be a great album to listen to. I can't wait to listen to this one. This is going to be Fusion, baby. That's what I listen to, prog and fusion. I try to go off the beaten track. I try to listen to smooth jazz. I've tried to listen to, I've never tried to listen to punk. I tried to listen to shoegaze. No, I don't listen to that either. I tried jazz. I tried to listen to old-timey jazz. I couldn't listen to that. I just couldn't get into it. There's whole kinds of music that I try to listen to, but everything just comes back to fusion or prog. And I just kind of flip-flop back and forth, 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 back and forth. That's what I do. Michael Urbanic. This is like the 4th album I bought of his. He is just incredible. I think he started off by playing with Weather Report. I think that's how I found him. Pretty sure. Next record I got in the mail is from Simon Collins. Yeah, Phil Collins' son. One that plays drums, the older one, not the young one. Not the young one who plays with Genesis and Mike and the Mechanics now. No. It's Sound of Contact, Dimensional. This album is incredible. Let me turn my AC off. Just bear with me just 1 second. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. We don't need all that racket, do we? Sound of Contact. This is Dimensional. This album is a few years old. It's almost like 10 years old at this point. And me and my nephew was actually going to go see this show. When I lived in Florida, we both lived in Florida. We were going to drive over to Gainesville. He was going to play at Gainesville, but he got busted coming in the United States smoking pot and had some with him or something, and then he couldn't come in the country or something happened. And he wasn't allowed to come in the country, so he couldn't come over here and play. We almost got to see this show. Yeah, this with Dave Kirchner and some other people. But if you love prog and you missed this record, it's out on CD too. I used to have the CD, but I sold it in my store. Speaking of my store, I got all kinds of stuff going out. I got plenty of CDs. I got DVDs. I got 8-tracks. I got VHS tape. I got Blu-rays. I got regular DVDs. I got records. I got 45s. I got it all. Just go to my store down below. There'll be a link, and it gets you over to eBay, and that's where I sell my stuff. But anyway, back to the show. Dimensional. Did I mention in the show I'm going to be showing you clips today from the record show? Yeah, I'm going to be showing you a clip. And a walk in the park with Jackson. That's right. I got this in the mail. This is Sky 5 Live. And this is my last Sky album that I got. I got the complete discography now. And this is a fantastic band who sold millions of records over, a lot of them in Europe, a lot of them over in the UK. They were huge over there. And they were big here in the States as well. Had Herbie Flowers in this band. And just a whole bunch of people. Christian Fry. What's the rest of them people's name? Kevin Peake. Francis Monkman. All those people were. John Williams. I think I named them all. Damn, I get a star today for that. I got to write that down. Sky 5 Live. This is going to be cool. Can't wait to listen to this. Yeah. Steve Gray, he's in the band too. Tristan Fry. Great band. Sky 5 Live. This is a guy here that I met one time at Stephen Wilson. This is John Wesley. John Wesley was a guitar player and backup singer with Stephen Wilson in Porcupine Tree. Not this go around, the original band. Well, not the original band. Kind of like the 80s going into the 90s band. of Stephen Wilson's band, which I'm going to see in 2 weeks with my best bro. That's right. Okay, so John Wesley, a way you'll never be. A way you'll never be. Isn't that a cool cover? Kind of reminds you of the one from Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd almost. Guy walking, he's on fire. Incredible album. I got to meet him. I should have got his autograph. I got to meet him at Stephen Wilson concert. Not the last time I saw Stephen Wilson but when I saw him in Orlando on the Hand Cannot Erase tour. Oh, man, just incredible guitar player. He opened up for Stephen. We wasn't in his band any longer, but he opened up. He did like 5 songs, and most of them from this album. And I didn't buy the album that day, and I didn't get him to sign it. But I did get to sit there and talk to him for a few minutes. That was pretty cool. I should have got a picture of me and with him. Yeah, should have got one. John Wesley. He lives over in Tampa area, I think. Pretty sure. I got this 45 in the mail. Mike Rutherford from Small Creeps Day. He's the bass player for Genesis. If you don't know that album, Small Creeps Day, I have it in the other room. Fantastic solo album. His only good solo album. He tried to do a second one where he tried to sing. It was horrible. And then he did Mike and the Mechanics, which was like AOR. It wasn't prog. This one's prog. The first album he did was prog after he went solo from Genesis, took a break, and then they came back and did their string of 90s records. 80s, late 80s records. Invisible Touch and all that stuff. But Small Creeps Day is the name of the album. And if you love Genesis and you love prog, then this is the album you need. This is a 45 from that album. 3 more things to show. And these are 3 that I got in the mail because I have to bring these back because they're not on vinyl. Right. Galahad, Empires Never Last. Fantastic album. Galahad is an English progressive rock band. And I have the DVD up there that I showed last week, live in Poland. These guys are just incredible. And they have quite a few records out. John Anderson, Change We Must. Fantastic record. CD. You can only get it on CD. It's not available on vinyl. So that's why you have to keep some CDs because they're not available on vinyl. And a lot of my favorite music is on CD because I don't need to say it again. Camel, their end of their last 3 or 4 records are not on vinyl. They never came out on vinyl. And I don't know if Andy Latimer's going to put them out on vinyl. Because I don't know if he'll probably sell, but I don't know why he don't do it. Camel Productions ought to go ahead and do that if it's still in business. Raja, Harbor of Tears, and Not As Good As a Wink, or A Nod and a Wink. Those 3 need to be on vinyl, but they're not. So I picked up this one, and Raja. If you love Camel, then you want to get their last 3 albums they made, which I just named, because they're all fantastic. They're all fantastic. That's all I got for this week. I think I covered everything. Look at my list here. Yep, I got everything. Okay, so 16 minutes in. Gotta go. We'll see you on Wednesday. And what we're going to do Wednesday? I don't remember. I told you I was going to do something on Wednesday. My next show. My top 10 new age groups. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a trip back to the 1970s. That's right. Take care out there and enjoy the video in the short video in here. I'm gonna enter into at the end here with a special guest that I met today. Drove all the way over to Asheville to see him. He's a fantastic fellow. He's got a great show, and we'll be seeing you soon. Support those troops. I will. The North Carolina Vinyl Picker. Big Chief says, I'll see you later. I got to go. Bye for now. See you Wednesday.